looks awesome, right guys? What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another Fishroom update. If you are new to the channel, make sure you stay subscribed, or make sure you do subscribe, because we're going to be doing lots of giveaways in the future when we open. And if you're subscribed already, thanks so much for joining us so far. I'm almost at 100 subscribers, and I never imagined that we would be at 100 in such short little time. And especially if I'm just doing like a fish room build, I didn't think anyone was going to be interested. But thank you guys for joining us so far. And today I'm just going to give you guys a quick update, and let me show you. So since our last video, we added some corrugated plastic. And corrugated plastic is just, if you can see, there's like, oh yeah, there's a big sheet. This is corrugated plastic. You can see the material on the inside. Basically allows water to flow through and plastic won't ever collect water, stuff like that. But yeah, we drilled holes and slid through the water tubes to, or through the corrugated plastic, just so if anything happens to the tubes and it gets knocked out, this prevents it from happening basically. And what we're working on today is installing this air pump here. Oh, I have one open right here. This guy is called the Metal Blower LA45C. It's a linear piston air pump. And what that means is there's one piston going inside, moving up and down, pumping out air. And the reason why we chose a linear piston air pump is that this allows room for more, and eventually if you want to add like 2 or 3 of these guys into the same airline, which runs in series, it will be fine and it won't mess up the other air pump basically. So our idea today is we're going to be installing 2 of them side by side. We're going to be attaching them where me and my Tran are currently working on. Yep, so it's going to attach right there. And we're going to run the piping hopefully as high as we could through the wall as well. I already made a hole there, but the problem with that is that there is a ventilation behind it. So we're going to have to repatch this hole and probably move the hole somewhere around here. And that's going to go along the ceiling above the water lines, and it's going to come out basically to each rack above this ceiling right here. And you're going to see airline tubes connected to the filters, and that's going to filter each and every single tank in our aquarium racks. So we're just going to get started and we'll be right back. Alright, so we're putting together the pieces right now for the air pumps, and we went to Home Depot to get some parts, and I brought this guy along to test fit some pieces, and unfortunately I think I dropped one in the parking lot somewhere, so now I'm gonna have to cut this guy in half. And this guy basically just holds on from the air pump to our elbow here, so it's not a big deal. I'll show you guys what it looks like in a second. Okay, so we got the board installed, and then these are the 2 air pumps right here. Managed to hook them up, add them to the board, or put them on top of the board, sorry. We wired the power cable just over to here, and what we did was we got a power outlet, or sorry, a power bar attached to the top right here, as you can see. And yeah, the idea was we added rubber hosing to dampen the vibration and lessen the noise. Basically, the more rubber hosing you have, the less stiffness the air has to travel to, basically. The better for vibration, even though these things are sitting on rubber legs. But yeah, just so you guys can get a close up, like I said earlier, I cut the silicone, got the clamps on there, added them to the elbow, made a quick loop-de-loop right into, it's hard to see, but basically a PVC barb, and then that connects to a coupler, straight into the PVC, and I just hanged it right there. So now we got to finish the piping and bring it straight all the way through. This is what I managed to do so far, and I did some test fittings for some air pipes. I'll talk about that right now. Alright you guys, so it's been about 2 days since I last filmed. We had to put a pause because we ran out of some materials, and today we just ordered some, or we ordered some that day and we got them in today. Along with that, let me show you guys this. This is our 90-gallon display tank along with the sump system cabinet. I'm actually going to be opening it right now, not setting it up, but putting it over here and preparing the setup soon. So you guys will see that in about a couple seconds. Oh, and at the same time, I'm putting some covers for my security camera system, just to make it hide the wires. Just so I can hide the wires. Alright guys, check it out. This is the Pro Clear Aquatic 90-gallon. Has a sump system underneath. This is our biggest display tank in the store because our store isn't that big on the main floor to fit anything else. I know some stores have like 100 and 200-gallon display tanks. Yeah, we can't do that here. But this is pretty good in my opinion, and there's gonna be 2 more display tanks beside it.
Well, we also got this big giant cascade tank, so it's also
Yes, that's true. But yeah, we're gonna set this guy up sometime later next week. We do have all the gravel and stuff ready. Let me show you guys underneath real quick. Haven't removed any tapes yet, but it comes with all the pipings and stuff you need to start the sump. Basically the water flows down here and gets pumped back up through that little nozzle there. But I'll make a more in-depth video on it later on. Okay, so before we get started on the airline tubing, this is what we were waiting for. These plastic control valves are gonna go into the PVC piping. We're gonna drill a hole and tap like basically 18 holes per pipe, because each rack is basically 9. And I'm gonna run 1 pipe along each ceiling for the air and stick one of these guys in. But before we do that, we're gonna be filling all the tanks with gravel and sand right now. We just got the shipment of gravel and sand in basically, so me and my trainer are gonna get started on that. I'll show you guys what that looks like. So they come in huge bags, and we got 500 pounds, I'm gonna say. They're all really heavy. It took us a while to bring them all down. But yeah, we're gonna get started on that before the airline. So be right back. Alright, so this is what we're doing now. We got the 2-way plastic valves. I already opened one for you guys to see. And for demonstration purposes, this is a 3/16 1/4-inch drill bit. The pipes along the walls that we are installing right now, we have to drill a hole and put in each of those plugs for all of the tanks. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to drill it just like that, and then with these plastic valves you can just jam it in there. And like that, we're going to be connecting an airline tube directly into the tanks. So we're going to get started on that now. Okay you guys, so I got the first airline rack tubing done. As you can see, there's 6 for each of the drill holes I made. And that makes sense because 3 will go along down to these 3 tanks. And then the other 3 will go along down these 3 tanks down here. So right now we're actually just filling our water because we want to clear out the dirt that was in the gravel. And if I didn't say already, we're filling the tanks with gravel right now. You can see that the 55-gallon has some nice clean gravel right now. But for the 15-gallon tanks, they were all really dirty. So right now what we're doing is we're adjusting all of the tank flows, making sure they all have an even amount of flow. as much as possible or as close as possible. Mytran is back there checking for leaks, which we did have a couple leaks in our system, but we managed to patch them up with some silicone. So since it's not a high pressure system anyways, it should be okay. But yeah, I will update you guys again once the airline tubing is done, and hopefully by then the water will be clear so you guys can see us put the filter in as well. Well, you guys shouldn't be doing this at home, but this is the only way to drill the pipe holes up here. And yeah, that's what I'm doing now. Alright you guys, this is it. Check it out. We've managed to finish one side. We managed to finish zone 4 of all the air pumps. And this is what it looks like. So there's a air control valve right here. There's gonna be a sponge filter in the tank right there. There is a check valve right above it. Let me see if I can show you one that's more accessible. Right there. So there's a check valve right there. And everything leads to the top here. So I ran piping, 1-inch piping, PVC piping along our entire wall here over all the racks. Basically the same way I did the water, except this one is a little bit easier. For example, the middle zone here, it just sits on the hanging pipe strap tape I put. This one I gotta run the tubing for, but it's pretty much easy, and we're gonna get that done tomorrow. But yeah guys, everything is done. I'll show you one more time. So the reason why we used two control valves is one has to lead from the pipe, and these ones are much better for that job. And then you want easy accessibility, so then we put an additional valve right here, so if we ever need to control it more precisely from the back, we could just do that. But yeah, that is it. Our fish room is basically complete. Next time you guys see a video, hopefully we're gonna have the racks covered up. Everything's gonna be black, so it only shows the tank. You guys will see like a cutout. The blackboard will have, if you ever been to other aquarium stores, they have like a sliding drawer, so then we can reach in later to grab the fish. That's gonna be exciting. We're gonna be contacting some people to help us install that, because I can't do that myself. You're probably gonna need like a CNC machine, and that's the thing that cuts like heavy duty plastic precisely. So Mytran just reminded me too, the next video you guys will see us add the lights, and then all the lights will brighten up the tanks. Makes everything pop and shine much better. So if you guys thought this looks cool, just wait till you see when everything is actually complete. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. That's basically it for the fish room build. We did, I believe, the drain pipes, the water system pipes, and now we just did the air. So that's basically it for the fish room build. My next videos will probably be setting up the store, and you guys will see what upstairs is gonna look like, the actual retail space. Throughout the video you also saw me get the 90-gallon tank in. I do want to set that up for you guys on camera so you can see how everything's gonna work. And then I believe in like less than a month we're gonna be ordering livestock, live plants, and all of our products in that we're gonna be selling. So that's super exciting. Make sure you guys subscribe so you guys can stay tuned for our giveaway that we're gonna be announcing in the next less than a month. And we're gonna be giving away internationally, and it's gonna be at least 3 or 4 people that are gonna be able to win the prizes. And it's gonna be free, so you don't need to pay anything. All you basically have to do is subscribe, but not in this video. It's gonna be later on when I do mention it. You guys will, I promise you guys will see. And that's about it for this video. Again, do me a favor you guys, like, comments on anything that I did in this video. If you want to see any other types of videos of the store, like I don't know, like me setting up the beta tanks, which I will do, but I'm just using that as an example. If you want to see me like set up our retail displays or something like that, let me know. And again, subscribe if you have not already. You do not want to miss out. And I'll see you guys next one.